Hi, this is CenterPoint Church Podcast, Interviews with Alexia. My name is Alexia, and today we are doing my 5th interview, and today it is with Pastor Rob.
Hi, Alexia. Thanks for having me on. Really excited to be part of the I'm a little offended though that I'm number 5.
Hey,
That I got picked 5th.
it was
Cheston,
top
you were
10.
before me, right? Cheston even got one? No, not yet. Okay. Well, at least I feel good about that then. So I'm not too far down the list. I was like 5. There's only like 6 people. You know, I was number 5 out of 6. But I get it. I'm glad to be here though. Thanks
You're
for having
5
me
out
on.
of 5. So, today we're going to twist things up a little bit, see how they're going to go. So, it's going to be called Interviews Alexia with a little bit of a twist, and we're going to see how this is going to go. So, your first question is, did you always grow up as a Christian? If so, how did you meet Jesus? If not, just tell us how you met Jesus and if you always grew up as a Christian.
Well, that's an interesting question. So I grew up the son of a senior pastor. My dad and my mother actually moved here to Michigan to start being senior pastors of a church here in Flint at Riverside Tabernacle. I was born shortly after. And so my entire life, I've grown up inside the church. It's always been a big part of my life. Now then, the deeper part of the question being, at what point do you become a Christian then? What point did my faith become my own and not just my parents' faith? A lot of that goes back to when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I accepted Jesus as Lord of my life, welcomed him into my heart. Went to Bible camp for every single year that I could. Got filled with the Holy Spirit at a camp when I was 9. Got the call to ministry to be a children's pastor, and then kind of in my high school years, I kind of strayed away from it a little bit. Kind of wanted to do things my own way, do things on my own terms. And then when I was 18 years old, when I was about to leave high school, God really grabbed hold of my heart once again and confirmed the call that he had to ministry in my life. I recommitted my life to Jesus, and it's been history ever since.
Wow. Okay. So now we're going to go into a twist. So the twist is I'm going to give you a question, and you have to answer it as fast as you can.
Okay.
So the first one is, what is the McDonald's phrase?
I'm loving it. Did I have to do the ba-da-ba-ba-ba? I gotta get this. This is why I'm glad that we have the headphones, so I can be like, ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Okay. And the second one is, what is a KFC phrase?
Finger looking good.
Yep. That's it. Finger looking good. Okay. This question, I've really been wondering. How did you become the CenterPoint Church youth pastor? Because it's like you became the youth pastor overnight. Like, I don't know, all of a sudden, like,
Overnight.
Pastor Marvin was gone, and then I see you, I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I don't even know what's going on.
I don't look anything like Pastor Marvin. Well, that's interesting because a lot of times these are like processes that take months at a time. But like for the rest of the church, it feels like they happen overnight, right? It feels like these things kind of are very sudden to us, even though they might be going on for quite a while. I was a children's pastor in Brighton, Michigan for almost 5 years. Me and my wife were there ministering to kids. But then we just felt like God was leading us onto something else. Alicia had just gotten a job up here working with the GISD, that's the Genesee Intermediate School District, as a social worker. And so we were feeling the move to go in that direction. And you would be surprised. There were not a lot of people looking to hire pastors in the middle of a global pandemic. Mm-hmm. I mean, that might be a shock to some people listening, but they were not. I mean, it was some different interviews that we had where they decided to hire in-house, meaning that they had people already who were discipled within the church, who had grown up there, who had served there for many years, who went into those positions. But I remember I was sitting in my parents' backyard, watching my dogs running, doing their business, and yeah, you know exactly what I mean by that. That was code. That was coded language. But I got a random Facebook message from Pastor Marvin, and he said, hey, a friend of ours, Derek Lewis, just mentioned to me that you were looking for a position. There's a youth position that is opening up here at Faith Tabernacle. Would you be interested in applying for it? And I said, I sure would. And so we met with Pastor Kyle, with Amanda, with Pastor Marvin, and the rest of the staff and the team. We had multiple interview processes, a lot of different conversations over the phone and in person. And we just felt like God was leading us here to this church. We just felt time and time again that God was reassuring us, confirming that this was the place for us to be.
So you're here.
Yeah, and so now we're here. We've been here since August. And the day that we started here, our first Sunday, was 5 years exactly from our first day at our previous church. So it was almost 5 years there and then starting here. And so we've been here for 6-7 months.
Wow. I never knew that was the story. I just saw you one day and I'm like, who is this guy? So,
well, it's good. It's good that you're asking the question, though, because I'm sure a lot of people also were thinking, who's this? Who's this guy who's like, tall and doesn't look like he eats enough, but, is strangely charismatic, in some way. I don't know. So a lot of people probably had the same question.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go into a twist question.
All right, twist it.
Lamborghini or Tesla?
Oh, man. I'd have to say Tesla for the environment, but, Lamborghini because of my heritage. I'm Italian, so, I feel like I would be, torn between the two. I'm gonna go with Lamborghini because I feel like that's just the cooler option and the heritage there.
Okay, you said no math problems, but I'm just going to give you a math problem.
Oh, no.
See if you can do it.
Oh, no.
What is 8 times 12?
96.
Wow. Okay.
That took a second for me. I had to say, okay, 8 times 10 is 80. 8 times 2 is 16. Add those two together. You threw out 12. I was like, oh, no, that was higher. As soon as you said 8, I was like, oh, I hope the next letter is, or the next number is less than 4.
Okay, so what app came out first? Instagram or Facebook?
I want to say Facebook.
Are you sure?
Did Instagram come out first? Was Instagram like a random Yahoo website before Facebook came around? I'm going to say Facebook. I'm locking in final answer.
Okay, it's Facebook.
All right. I was right then.
That's the one. And then I'll give you the other ones.
Because when I was your age, Facebook was becoming a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
And nobody was talking about Instagram.
I don't know. I've always seen other people out there help me with this. But I feel like I've always seen Snapchat for kids 13, maybe 8 through 13 was Snapchat. And then Instagram was 15 through about 20. And then 30 through however age you die was Facebook. That's how I saw it, I don't know.
Alexia, your mom is sitting right here. I don't think that makes her feel good.
I'm so sorry.
That's interesting that you feel that way.
I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, okay? I'm just saying bye. That's how I just saw it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For the, the older apps were for the more older people.
Right.
And then the more newer apps are for the more newer people. You know what I mean? TikTok is for everyone, right? Everyone's on TikTok doing their little moves and everything like that. Mm-hmm. That one's for everybody. But I
don't know if it's for everybody because my wife has TikTok. I don't have TikTok because I know that it would destroy my entire life. I know that I would just spend 5 hours just going through 15-second videos. But anytime my wife shows me a clip and it's somebody who's over the age of 22, I'm like, I feel sad. I just feel sad a little bit on the inside. I'm like, oh, that person's doing those dance moves.
Well, shout out to all you guys that do those things out there. Good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't do that. I only know a few dances. All the other ones I can't even do. Okay. What job did you want before becoming a youth pastor?
Well, like I said earlier, I got the call to ministry when I was 9 years old. So I went from wanting to be Spider-Man or Iceman from the X-Men to being to wanting to be a pastor. So it was like a big transition. Like a lot of times kids go through like that, like I want to be an astronaut maybe thing. I never wanted to be an astronaut. I don't like it when it's cold. Space is cold. I stayed away from it. I also didn't want to be a firefighter because that's hot. I don't like any. I was like, I need something with room control. I need something with temperature, being regulated. But it's always been my only serious pursuit in life. I just knew from a young age that God wanted me to do this.
Yeah, that's great. So let's do a twist.
Do you want to be an interviewer when you grow up?
I'm thinking about it. I was thinking, you always have the little childhood dreams. I wanted to be a doctor, a pediatrician. I love babies and I love children. But as I started doing interviews with Alexia, I felt like I was more called to more of the social people, getting myself out there. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I still have more years to go, but I don't know. I do for sure want to go to college.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. Want to go to at least 4 years of college. Want to do that for sure.
4 years of college, maybe, maybe ride a longboard, skateboard.
No.
Learn how to ride the unicycle. No?
I'm not going to be in the circus.
Okay, well, just stick with Kim. Once you get to college, you'll see. People start wearing weird hats. People are riding weird stuff to classes. It's like nobody has bikes, but people will have like a folding scooter that they'll ride. You'll learn one day.
Okay, here's a twist question. Who makes more annually, Starbucks or McDonald's?
I want to say McDonald's, but I feel like it might be Starbucks because Starbucks prices are like ridiculous. Like it's like $8 for a coffee, like this.
It's not $8.
It's like it's got to be at least $8. I don't drink coffee, but I know it's like I know whenever I take my wife there, my wallet hurts. Like I have a conversation with my wallet when we go in the car, like to go to Starbucks, and it's like, no, don't do this to me. It whispers to me softly, and it has my voice. But
Starbucks, okay? So then I started getting Starbucks every week. My mom got mad because I was spending my own money for Starbucks. And so then she was like, okay, this is the last time you're having Starbucks. So I said, fine. So in order for me to get Starbucks that day, I said I won't have Starbucks till my birthday. So I was just trying to do that so I could get Starbucks on that day. And then I realized I made the worst decision of my life when I did that. So
it took a lot longer than you were anticipating.
Yeah, so that was bad. So I don't know. I may be able to sneak in a little bit of Starbucks, or you just probably have to make my own. So I think I'll just try to make my own.
Make your own? Yeah, that's probably a good idea to make your own coffee instead of
I don't
paying
usually
for
drink
others.
the coffee. I like to have their frappuccinos. Sometimes they're mixed with coffee. But then my dad said stop drinking coffee because I'm a little hyper. Yeah, I don't do good with really big sweets. I will jump off the walls.
Okay, all right.
So,
well,
yeah.
So I'm curious. Who makes more money? Is it McDonald's or Starbucks?
See, I thought it was McDonald's, but...
Oh, it's Starbucks.
It's Starbucks. Yeah, I literally thought it was McDonald's because McDonald's makes like $25 million a day. Like, you see those lines.
You see the sign. You see the sign at McDonald's, and they're like 99 billion served.
Exactly.
And it's been 99 billion for the last 10 years.
Yeah,
I think
so
they just don't have
like,
enough room on the sign to get into 3 digits.
And they're making like more McDonald's and more. I'm like in China. Like, oh wow, okay, you guys have McDonald's.
They're making them. They're popping everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, this is the last twist question. Okay, so to those Fortnite people out there and those Roblox people out there.
I know what both those things are, yes.
Which game makes more, Fortnite or Roblox?
I don't know as much about Roblox.
I've never played Fortnite.
I played Fortnite for like 3 days. I played on my phone, and I never won. I was number 2. It was me and one other person, and they beat me, and I threw my phone down. I quit that day. I deleted the app off my phone. I no longer wanted to be recommended or invited to any LAN parties. I was done with Fortnite that day. But at least Fortnite has plenty you can do for free. Now, from what I hear about Roblox, you gotta start, paying for like everything.
Exactly. You have
on
to pay
Roblox.
for like Robux and everything. I don't know.
So if you've got if you're starting to call your in-game currency Robux, like that's a big sign to me that it's probably Roblox, right?
Yeah, Roblox money, little dollars for the real Roblox people that you get like tons of stuff with.
So is it Roblox or is it Fortnite?
Okay, so what is Fortnite calls it V-Bucks. I've never really played Fortnite. I'm sorry, I'm getting off topic. The answer is I really thought it was Fortnite because Fortnite was like a huge thing with those cheesy dances. Like, what is the loser thing?
Yeah, you gotta pay $3 to be able to do like
what?
You gotta pay. That's $3 right there just to be able to do that. It doesn't help you in the game.
I don't even know, like, how does a game with dances tie in with... I never got that. But it's Roblox.
It is Roblox.
It's Roblox, but I get it because it's been out more and because they make you pay for, like, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. And then they take parents' money and then, like, the kids beg for, like, an iPhone and some Robux,
Mm-hmm. That's like everybody's birthday gifts. When I was a kids pastor, like, every person's birthday, I would pull them up and be like, "Oh, what'd you get for your birthday?" And they were like, "I got a gift card to Roblox." Nobody talked like that. It sounded like I was like a children's pastor for like Swiss children, but that wasn't what we did.
Yeah. Now it's just like.
But nobody was like, "Oh yeah, I got Fortnite skins," or anything like that. It was always Roblox stuff.
At first it was always Roblox, and then people was like, "What'd you get for Christmas?" "I got the new iPhone 11. "What'd you get for Christmas?" "Oh yeah, I just got a new phone."
And that child was 6 years old.
Exactly.
That child was 6 years old, and she was like, "I got the new iPhone
12. I'm like,
I'm looking at my phone that has a cracked screen. The camera's fuzzy.
I was looking at me and I'm like, I don't have a phone. This 8-year-old girl got like a 12 Pro Max. I'm like, okay. All
Is
right.
that your first phone sitting there?
This is my first phone.
I didn't get my first phone until I was 14. And my first phone was a flip phone. It was a Motorola, which doesn't mean anything to you, but maybe people listening there are going to remember the Motorola's. And the thing was like this thick. It was like it was thicker than a Gideonite Bible. It was, like that, and it was a tank. Like, I remember throwing it up against a tree, nothing. It had a little antenna. You could use a walkie-talkie on the side of it. So instead of calling people, you could walkie-talkie, which would be fun for, like, car rides. If, like, our family was taking 2 different cars and we were right next to each other, we would just, like, walkie-talkie each other constantly for the, like... you guys missed out on the early 2000s.
Okay. I don't know. Some days I would like to go back there, but I kind of like our generation. I just want to see how our generation goes. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I want to see how it goes. But we have to stop there. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe. I really want CenterPoint Church to make it to at least 1,000 subscribers. So let's try to make that goal. It'll be to help the church out. Do whatever you guys can. Comment as well of what you guys want to see more of, who you want me to do next. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. And yeah, goodbye.